Hello everybody, Mandolin here. I don't know what take this is, but welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for another extra dimensional message. Excited to get this one out. And you know what? I'm not going to have to read much. Let me set these down for a minute. Wow, what's going on out there, guys? If you have stumbled upon this channel and this message, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to have you aboard. Go down there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell next to it so that you know when another extra dimensional message comes through. If you are a subscriber, thank you for your support. You keep me going, and I've developed some wonderful friendships over this time. Like this video. Share this video because other people need to know about these things. This may help them. And definitely leave a comment. Does this resonate with your experience? Does it resonate with what's going on around you? Is it totally off the wall in accordance with your experience? Let me know all those things. And of course, my email contact is the best way to get a hold of me, and that's always down in the description as well. So let's jump into this message. First, I want to say a friend posted on Facebook. She is a friend, very nice lady, and this is what she posted that was brought to my attention. She says, I've spoke to a few people this week feeling down. And no, I'm not going to rat her out because she's already had harassment for her views on Facebook. Everything seems to be exhausting me. No matter how much sleep or how much coffee I drink or how long I lie down, something inside me seems to have given up. My soul is tired. That's kind of rattling, isn't it, when you first hear that? Well, number one, I have been experiencing this as well. Tired, yes. Always tired. And by the way, I did bring the Gerber Daisy in to share with you. There's been a lot of that. So why is that going on, Mandolin? So we are in this shift, another shift. Yeah, the shifts are ongoing. Get used to them. Know that it's going to happen. You're going to go through a cycle, and then it's going to be groovy for a while. You're going to be experiencing new things, and then it'll pass because another shift is coming. There is a lot of activity on the other side, so expect an event. That is another awakening event. It does awaken on the individual level, and it also awakens on the collective level. Anytime there's a lot of buzz and hoodoo on the other side, because it's pretty laid back over there, it's fun, but there's not a lot of worry. There's not a lot of panic. I mean, you just don't get that over there. Those are third density energies that we carry around with us. So getting back to why am I tired? Number one, we've been getting a lot of energy. And do you remember in the full moon video where I talked about we're releasing at the full moon? We have a new moon coming up here, what, in about a week? And that's going to be very important because you're going to be manifesting for your new experience. And just because October is such a torrential month for us, there's going to be another full moon on the 31st, the last day, Halloween. Do all of the little synchronicities in there that you want, and you're going to come up with, boom, this is really, really a high volume energy month, as it should be because it's my birthday month too. Had to throw that in there. So not just because of the energies coming in. See, you're letting go of things. A lot of these are family, ancestral. You know, I spoke of those, of setting boundaries. Mars is close. What about me? Which is the title of this video. And then we've got Libra right across in the sun saying relationships, communication, things of beauty, things of love. So you have to figure out the balance between what about me and your interactions with other people and other concepts and how you fit into society. That is what we are working on currently in this energy. And no, that's not just my experience. That's straight from above. The messages coming down are very clear. And you know, I always get uptight about sharing these because somebody's going to say, well, how do you know? How can you prove it? Well, how can you prove that it's not? If you feel the warrior coming out in you, know that there is a purpose in that. And you have to really balance that because you can fall for the trap, the hippie snare, and get caught up in a bunch of drama. very easily. You also have to be honest and real with yourself. A good example is sometimes a person will say something and it's taken all wrong. A lot of that happens on social media and all that too, because you can't see the person's face. You can't hear the intonation of their voice. So sometimes you have to stop and say, wait, did I put that spin on it? And you really have to be honest with yourself. I did this recently and I'm like, my old pattern of getting all bent out of shape was trying to surface, and I quickly, very quickly, because I am in touch with my higher frequency selves, my higher aspects. Hey, this is a group effort, so to say, even though it's all the same energy, the same being, because I'm able to look at it from different perspectives. And I did have to check myself and say, well, maybe what you picked up in that person's tone is something that they're dealing with their self, and it's not that it's directed at you, but it's the same frustration that they feel anytime they get discussing or experiencing that energy. So see, while maybe there was a little bit of a tone to it, I also realized the spin that I put on it, and you just have to let those things go. There's a lot of letting go right now. So why are you tired? Because you're purging all this stuff. God, give yourself a break. Aside from all of the individual stuff that's going on, as a collective, we're going through so much. I'm going to go there. I just had a call. I literally was recording. And of course, I forgot to turn my phone ringer off. That's on me. Taking responsibility, right? And it was this young lady. And while I was, a political survey. So I just went ahead and put it out there. Yeah, I do support Trump. Yeah, I do consider myself a patriot. Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to help make sure that Roy Cooper gets voted out of office in the state of North Carolina. He's a politician. I don't know him as an individual, but what I see before me is a politician going with the party flow and not looking at themselves as a North Carolinian, as a person that's supposed to be of the people, which is one of the reasons that I support Trump. He is not a politician. And we had a debate back in college in the 90s because everybody was saying Donald Trump should run back then. So let's get those things out there. Do I agree with everything he says and does? No, I don't. But I do agree with his COVID stuff, okay? People keep trying to pin him down on it. And he is allowing for the individual experience and needs to be what comes into focus and what goes into action. I'm glad that he's doing well. And all of those jerks out there that said they wished he would die, be careful. Be careful. Because the law of attraction says that what you send out is what comes back. So be careful on that. I'm tired of the hate. I'm tired of people just trying to hurt another person. That's why I feel tired. That's why I feel frustrated. Because we are here manifesting this place of love, this place of alignment, this place of balance, this experience. And we're still having to deal with people that are playing the schoolyard games. He said, she said, I'm more important than you. You know what? Nobody's more important than anybody because we are all of the same energy. We are all of the same origin. And if you feel separation and duality, that is on you. You can choose to do something about it, or you can continue to live in the 3D energies that will eventually implode upon themselves. For me, I'm manifesting 5D and trying to help everybody that wants to come along. Because my awakening was tough. I can only imagine what it's like to wake up right now. I do cut some slack. So you're feeling all of these energies of conflict and hate and just meanness all around. I have the ability to go above it to another frequency and see it for what it is without the emotion. I have the ability to feel into the future of the cycle, not the time. You're not going to catch me in that trap. But of the cycle. It's about things happening in sequence, not time. Time will wear you out because it's a heavy concept. It's what holds you in that density because there's always a limit. I have to be here at a certain time. When you let the clock rule you, you are grounding yourself in duality. Okay? Not saying we don't have to observe it, but this is about putting things into perspective. So the silent majority is speaking up, and that in itself is creating more conflict. You're being just hammered by the energies around you, and many of you do not perceive the true nature of these energies. I had this message come through, and I was going to share it and make it public, but it's actually very personal, and I'm still very uncomfortable with sharing myself when I'm working in those energies. I'm self-conscious because my countenance changes, sometimes my voice changes, and I'm still a little self-conscious about that, and it is pretty personal. But let me tell you what came through is that here we are in this huge shift, and there's going to be more after it. And what came through was respect yourself. And the white buffalo calf woman, who I have the absolute privilege and pleasure of working with, the person that embodies that energy, okay, that prophecy is still underway, it's ongoing. And she said that to honor yourself is to honor your ancestors. So this energy is about getting things into perspective, doing the housekeeping that you need to do. If you're tired and you're able, rest. I know everybody can't lie down and take a nap. There's a butterfly outside the window. Isn't that cool? But what I realized too from this is that when we set the boundaries, it's up to us to respect these boundaries, because if we don't respect those boundaries, nobody else will. And this came up for me in the way that there's a person very dear to me that anytime something goes wrong, I do everything I can, which I do this for most people anyway, to help them out. But to me, I swoop in and take control for this person. And I have dealt with so much guilt by leaving it to this person, literally keeping myself away. I dealt with that guilt. And I see this person is making progress. So I was stepping on their toes and preventing them from exiting their cycle that whole time. But it was hard to get through those doubtful times. But then I started to see on the other side. So it's staying the course, respecting your own, okay, boundaries. You have to. Something else that happened. You guys know that I like my little town here. I know everybody. And I sat and observed last Sunday. I waited for him to pull into the church across the street. Nobody showed. I just was out and about for a few minutes and passed Mama Reba. And yeah, we call her Mama Reba. I'm not going to tell you her age. It's none of your business. But know that she's probably the eldest in the community. And there has been some COVID in the community. It wasn't acquired here. I don't think, if I understand right, it was acquired in Chapel Hill, which is one of the hot spots in the area in the state of North Carolina. But she's been exposed, and she's fine. I think, if I understand right, one of the people had to go to the hospital. I did stop and talk to her, and she invited me over for supper. She said in about 10 days. These people are my family. They're not blood, but they're my family. And I didn't hesitate. I couldn't get a hug, but I wouldn't have hesitated. I don't have the fear. Now, in that, understand. And this is where we've got to understand each other, okay? I freak out when I put a mask on. I have people that tell me how selfish I'm being. Well, how selfish are you being when you want to put me through experiencing smoke inhalation and terror again? I keep my distance. I respect everybody's distance, even though we do hug around here. I don't have a problem. And I don't down other people that feel that they need to practice the precautions. In other words, I am considerate. So yeah, it's touched this small community, but even the person that was in the hospital just for a couple days says, I'm good though. I'm kind of tired. Again, the tired, but I'm good. And there's not the fear. There's the caution, but there's not the fear. Mama Reba's out delivering soup, and she's the eldest person in the community, having trouble getting into the health department because there's limited hours with the nurse to have the test. But we're not concerned. We look at each other, and I looked at her. I said, well, you look okay to me. She says, I'm fine. With a smile. I just didn't get my hug. But that's how we are here. We help where we can. We love always, in spite of sometimes. And we don't live in fear. So bringing us back to politics, where are you going with this, Mandolin? The ones that shamed the president, wished him and the innocent First Lady death. Number one, let me go ahead and pull the warrior out. Screw y'all. I don't have help for you. When you change your energy, I do have help for you. But there are too many out there that aren't basing their decisions on hate and their words. So with that out of the way, let's move along. He took his mask off so that we could see his face. And what I saw in his face is such utter gratitude. Utter gratitude. And gratitude for the outpouring of love. Gratitude for the doctors that helped him. Gratitude that he was okay. Gratitude that his wife was okay. And people are still being ugly. All they've got to say is, oh my God, he took his mask off. He was 100 feet away from people and he took his mask off. You that say that are idiots. So how do we fight this COVID thing together if we all have different experiences? It's called respect. So if you have somebody out there that is not respecting you, walk away. Do not mingle in their energy. And if you're having a problem respecting somebody else, then dig down deep inside. And if you need some help, leave a message down in the comment. Or go to my email. That's how I'm scheduling sessions now. Go to my email that's in the description. Because every person that receives some comfort, some direction, some encouragement, some tools even, and a lot of times a truth that is special to them. Every time somebody starts working on that part of themselves that needs the healing, the world is changed. Every time someone makes a decision to look into the work they may need to do, you have changed the world because you've changed your energy. You have changed your intention. And then you can get to the place to understand where you can look at somebody and observe. And you look, I might tell somebody, look, that's a really screwed up way that you're acting. I'm not judging the person. I'm judging the action. Where I start looking at the person as far as judgment is to judge whether or not there's anything that I can do or offer to help them or to affect their perspective in a positive way that's in their highest good. That's when I pull judgment in. And that's not judgment, that's discernment, because the intent is what matters. So if you're tired, yes, look what's going on around you. You are in a combat zone if you live in this country, even if you're in the woods like I am. How do you deal with this? Okay, number one, keep an eye on the astrology, because we got a new moon coming up, and you need to start deciding how you're going to manifest this experience, and be looking for my new moon video that'll be coming out soon. Couldn't resist that plug. But other than that, stay in communication with your higher aspect. Reach out to other people of higher vibration than what you're dealing with around you. Give yourself permission to let things go. And come from a place of love and healing. You can be a warrior. But if you think that you're involved in a fight of good and evil and this is Armageddon, then that is the experience that you will have. Remember that your frequency, your vibrational frequency, determines how you experience everything. And I know this video has been a little bit long, but if you go back to where I started at the beginning, there's a lot of chatter and activity on the other side. I am experiencing myself being pulled out of time and being very aware of the tick of the cycle. This period of unrest is just that it has to happen. So know where you're going. Know how you're going to get there. And if you have somebody helping you along, be grateful if it's the right intent. But again, don't give your power to somebody that does not have pure intent. These are hard times for a lot of people. And there's a lot of emotion that's being processed. Know when and what to let go, and know what you have to hold on so that you can feel it and work on it. Okay? And know that you're not in this alone. If they're posting on Facebook about being tired and lo and behold it got through, then that means something. Also, do not freak out from the shift. Do not freak out from the unrest. Eat a good, healthy diet as much as you're able to. Lots of fresh, lots of leafy green stuff, because our livers are crap and the livers really need to be taken care of at this point. So listen to your body. Listen to the messages that are coming. I'm staring at this little bug that I guess he's listening to the message. And reach out to your higher aspect. Know that it's there waiting for you to reach out. And understand what the feeling is. Know that feeling of when you are in communication. So I know this has been a little bit of a rough video and everything else, but it's just time to set it straight. Let's stop with all the hurt, all the name calling. Let's stop with all the meanness. Come on, people. Let's enjoy the love and the adventure that's here for us to experience. So let me close out by saying, reach out and listen with your heart, not necessarily your head. Reach out and listen to a person that cares about you, to a person whose only ulterior motive is for all of us to have the best experience that we possibly can. I'm lucky I have that every day. She gave me this shirt. She gave me this necklace that I'm going to have to find out exactly what the deal is. Helps with frequencies and all. And it does work. But don't give up on yourself. And don't give up on the collective, on humanity. This change is underway. It's going to be an exciting rest of the year. Hang on. And it's going to be so much fun on the other side. I hope to see you there. So I'm sending you so much love and so much encouragement, so much support. So how about just join in the next time and see what kind of messages have come from the other side.